I want to thank everyone for joining us today on World Logic Day, a day that the UN has created, stating that logic is the key to world peace. A brief quote from the UN's webpage: "The ability to think is one of the most defining features of humankind. In different cultures, the definition of humanity is associated with concepts such as consciousness, knowledge, and reason. According to the classic Western tradition, human beings are defined as rational or logical animals. Logic, as the investigation on the principles of reasoning, has been studied by many civilizations throughout history, and since its earliest formulations, logic has played an important role in the development of philosophy and the sciences." The UN has created 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are a blueprint to a more sustainable future and include items such as no poverty, zero hunger, good health, and quality education. Today, we are here as a part of SDG number 16 for peace, justice, and strong institutions. For this Sustainable Development Goal, the United Nations dedicated this day to highlighting the importance of logic in its attainment. Now, I want to briefly introduce myself. My name is Fronda. I am a 15-year software developer. I've worked on web, mobile, blockchain, and AI software projects. I've built software for large organizations, many that you've heard of, and many whose products you use every day. And now with our team, we have created Logic Tree, a new platform created for capturing and sharing logic. Now, I was a mechanical engineer in college, but I have always had an interest since a young age in software systems and logic, and chess is still my favorite game to this day. Well, after college, I decided that mechanical engineering wasn't exactly for me, and so I self-taught software development. I am thankful for Google, YouTube, and the many content contributors that helped make that possible. It is truly incredible that with the internet, we have faster, more readily available access to the world's information. Having the subject matter expertise of experts around the world at your fingertips has helped unlock new opportunities and innovations in the world. The fact that we have a YouTube video now to learn anything is incredible. And technologies like blockchain will help to further ignite community engagement. But with the increasing amount of information and content creation, and with the new advancements in artificial intelligence, there has come a risk. On one end of the spectrum, content creators are now able to have authority and influence with their voice. Their voice matters. When they spread helpful, factual, and logical information, new opportunities are created and society strengthens. But when misinformation is spread, damage to our humanity's reason is dealt. On the other end of the spectrum, with the advancements in artificial intelligence, we have seen new platforms today being used for faking the writing of blog articles as if it were a real person, or worse, a specific person that didn't even write it. And deep fake video technology, allowing us to record and spread videos of events that never happened. And we have all experienced this with platforms tailoring the content and information we see and using algorithms to manipulate our emotion to get us to watch more and more content. This moment is a concerning moment because the fabric of our humanity rests not on technology, but on human reason and logic. So many companies today are talking about the building of an AI that makes decisions for us, algorithms that serve to decide what is right and what is wrong. Well, it is our opinion that only HI, human intelligence, should be the intelligence that governs truth. But for HI to be the better choice, we must help in the education around logic. Now, you may be wondering, well, what does logic mean? When we talk about logic, there are quite a variety of things to be discussed. These include topics such as systems thinking and Bayesian thinking. But the one I'd like to highlight now is the study of formal logic, which is the study of argument. In other words, how to dissect sentences into their parts and pick out what is important. When someone tells you what they believe and why they believe it, formal logic would help to analyze the sentence to dictate if what they are saying is logically true or not. Now, if you want to go and learn more about formal logic, well, that is, in my opinion, an excellent idea. In fact, if you were to go to law school, learning formal logic and argument is part of the core curriculum. We believe that it should be taught more in our general education system. Now, if formal logic is just a bit too much at this time, we would encourage everyone to at least familiarize themselves with logical fallacies. Now, why is that important? I think every one of us feels a bit of concern as it relates to the media. We have all heard others say, and maybe said ourselves, that things said by the media are not the truth. And we have a former president who has said that certain media is all lies. Well, I want to entertain a new idea for everyone. The way I see it is the media is simply trying to win their part in the debate. When one media argues with another, we see one side trying to be right, while the other side is also trying to be right. But we as viewers are then left to wonder, well, what is right? Part of the way that the media attempts to win their side is often through logical fallacies. Logical fallacies are things such as cherry picking the data that supports your argument and then hiding the data that doesn't, or strawmanning the other side and saying that they said something they didn't just to make them look bad. And there are many others as well. These logical fallacies can be very manipulative and divisive to allow people to win their argument. Well, I want to introduce one new concept. They are only able to do it if we fall for it. If we strengthen our knowledge and logic, together we can stop the spread of misinformation. Misinformation can only be spread if people are listening to it and accepting it. Now, to bring it back to today's agenda, the purpose of today is to highlight the UN and some of its initiatives in our sustainable development. The speakers that we have today will be discussing their part and their logic as to why they are involved in the initiatives that they are. At the end of today, we Logic Tree will showcase our logic platform and our logic syntax, which is a new declarative syntax for structuring logic. It is a new look at how to approach symbolic AI. We also will be launching a variety of YouTube series and content around logic. We will be launching one series on learning how to build software. We believe that everyone can learn how to program if you want to. We'll launch a second series on learning logic, including formal logic, Bayesian thinking, and systems thinking. And finally, we're going to launch a series around breaking down even the most complex topics into their logical components. So be sure to follow us on social as we kick that off this year. I want to end and say a quick thank you for everyone that helped make today possible. Our incredible team here at Logic Tree, Monica, Chelsea, Tina, Spin, Matt, other Chris, Eric, Mike, Natalie, Alex, Nathan. I couldn't have done it without you. I also want to thank our partners, the UN, UNSDSN, UNSDSN Youth, UNESCO, the CIPSH, and NOVA. Thank you again for attending today, and let's make logic the focus of 2022.